So welcome back to my channel. This video I wanted to do for kind of like a meal planning, saving money. So a lot of my videos end up being Costco. I do frequent that a lot. I have 4 males in the house, the youngest one going into his 13 years, a teenage year, starting this summer. So I'm outnumbered as far as appetites go. And it does cost a lot of money to feed them. So we don't eat out a lot, but I do shop Costco, and I do love Trader Joe's. So there's things that I don't want to skimp, but when it comes to the local stores, I used to do sales and I kind of got away from that. I do enjoy Publix though, and I do enjoy their meat. I don't buy meat just anywhere. And Sprouts, it's a hit or miss as far as the meats go. I've gotten the chicken there when it's on sale for $1.99 or $1.79 a pound, the chicken breast. But like I said in one of my other videos, when you see the white lines, and that means the chicken breasts are old breasts. And so when I end up buying one of those sales, because that happens to be where I'm at, I make sure the chicken doesn't have the white lines, but sometimes it is difficult. So I think Publix and Costco are the 2 stores that I do like their meat, their quality, and their cost. Publix, of course, would have sales. So that's what I did today. I was like, you know what? Let me start doing some kind of menu planning based on sales to save some money. I probably won't be going to Costco until at least April. And we're at the end of March now. And so let me hit some sales and do some stuff. So they did have the chicken breast on sale for $1.70. I'm sorry, chicken thighs on sale. On sale for $1.69 a pound. 49, sorry. Yeah, I'm way off. 49 a pound, and see, it says sale by 4/1. So look at that, $6.87, and you get all these chicken thighs. I love chicken thighs, and I love it on the bone with the skin, and I love it roasted. The boys complain, but I can always do other things. Recently, they've been eating more chicken thighs, so I bought 2 of these. So for $12, look at all these thighs. This is going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 5 of us, about 2 each. Yeah, so 2 dinners right there. So I want to prep those. And then ground beef, this ground chuck was on sale for, what was it, $3.99 a pound. I think it was actually less than that. Maybe it wasn't. $3.99 a pound. I think I could get it cheaper in Costco, but I wasn't going to be there today, like I said. So I picked this up, and I got about 3 pounds worth. And what I want to do is brown this down and separate them into Ziploc bags and freeze them so that I could take one out for tacos, or I could take one out for meat sauce for pastas for quick dinners during the weekday. I'm going to be working, not tomorrow, but 2 days after that, Thursday and Friday. And so I want some quick meals that I've been getting home early enough that I'm able to prepare dinner, but not to prepare an entire dinner. So if these were done already, add sauce, make pasta, boom, done. If these were prepped already, I could either Instapot it or slow cook it. One of the things that the boys do like with the chicken thighs is I take the skins off and I put them in a crock pot with barbecue sauce. So they really like that. And if I could get that going in the morning one morning, then at least all I have to do is come and prepare a side if I don't have a side already done. So that's one of the meal plans that I like to do as well. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to strip the skin off of one of these packets and put it in a Ziploc with a little bit of barbecue sauce. I could always add the barbecue sauce to the slow cooker the day of, so that's not even an issue, but at least have that prepped and frozen, and then I could just throw it in. So that's what I'm going to do with these. And then Kroger does bread on clearance. So I always call it the clearance bread. So look at this, rolls for $1.09. You know, they could get frozen. The boys, we could make garlic bread out of it. They'll eat it with toasted with butter with eggs in the morning. So that is another thing I do for sales. Look at these onion rolls. They actually really like the onion rolls. These are hard to find. These are $1.50. They make sandwiches out of those. And then I found these rolls, $1.09. Look at that. Again, nice dinner rolls. You can make sliders with this. You can make garlic bread. Sometimes they toast it up with butter, with eggs, but sometimes they toast it up and put cinnamon sugar butter on it. Yeah, now that I went gluten-free, it doesn't really pertain to me. Oops, that was something else. And then this one I thought was cool. This was $1.19, that round bread. So I was thinking one night, because I do love roasted chicken, so I'll season this with some seasoning blend and roast it one night. But not so much for me. But I saw on the Pioneer Woman, she cut this into like those cubes and stuffed it with cheese and garlic butter. And then you bake it, and then everyone pulls it apart like a monkey. So that was great. Yeah, $1.15. There was 2 of these. See, but I could freeze them and then thaw them when I need them. So there were 2 of these for $1.15. 19. God, my vision's going. And what else did I find? I found these big ones, also great for garlic bread or French bread pizza, 99 cents. I found these 2. And of course you need freezer space for all this. But I stick them in the refrigerator and then little by little transport them to the freezer. And then this last one was rye bread. My husband likes to eat this with roast beef and provolone cheese. And this was $1.19. I guess I should have gotten roast beef and provolone cheese because I don't have any. So got that. And then these were some like, hero rolls for 59 cents. So there you go. You stick chicken, leftover chicken with sauce and cheese and make chicken parm, or you shove some meatballs in there with cheese and you got meatball parm or any other kind of sandwiches. So that's another thing I like to do with to try to save money. I hit the clearance section for the bread. So that's a quick little recap. And then as I make these dishes, I'm going to add them to this video. So you'll see what I do with them very soon. All right. One of the things I love with my meal prep is cool gadgets. So of course it's less expensive to buy garlic as a bulb, but then you have to peel it, which can be a pain in the butt. But this Trader Joe's, it's on my mind. Pampered Chef thing. You put the garlic in there and literally crush and roll, and it comes out peeled. So then I like putting it in this Pamper Chef gadget. What I do a lot with my CSA when I have a whole bunch of onions, or just a whole bunch of onions in general that I didn't use right away, I actually chop them and freeze them. So this was some leftover frozen onions that I had left, and I'm going to throw the garlic. We love a lot of garlic in a lot of our meats. So I did buy some organic onions that I'm actually going to chop up. Some I'm going to leave fresh. But some I'm going to chop up and put in here so that it preserves them more. But like I said, and then I chop them in here, and, we don't eat a lot of raw onions, so that's not too bad. But yeah, I'm going to put the garlic and onions in here, and I chop it up. I have my skillet heating so that I can brown the meat for meat sauce with pasta, tacos possibly, and a goulash possibly. So at least I have 3 options of dinners that I have during the week that I can pull out. So my husband said this is probably the most annoying sound in the world, but I just want to show you how this one works. And it's cool because you can turn it around for left-handed people or right-handed people. So basically, it's a manual food processor. It's fun and it's less messy. So I chop up the onions and the garlic together, and then I'm going to put it into the meat when most of the meat is already cooked. Fun. And I added my ground beef to the hot sizzling pan. I didn't put any oil in here because this is a ground chuck, so I think it has a high fat content. So there's going to be lots of oil in there. And a lot of times what I do is after it's cooked, I actually drain it in a colander to get extra fat out of it. Sometimes I actually rinse it. And so then you just took like a 75-25 to a nice, 93-7 just by draining it in a colander and rinsing it. Also saves you money. But you wash a lot of the fat out. So when this is nice and brown, I'm going to add my onions and garlic to it. I'm not going to season it with salt and pepper. I'll do that in the cooking process of whatever it is I'm going to make with this meat in the future. So most of the meat is brown, but look at all of that oil, all that fat from a ground chuck. So, like I said, you just drain it. I drain it over a bowl, and then when it cools, I pour it into a ziplock to throw it out so it doesn't kill my pipes in the sink. But that's a way of just reducing a lot of the fat content out of your meat. So sometimes, it might actually be cheaper just buying a fattier cut of ground beef and then draining the fat so that it actually makes it lean. Because they really do hike up that price for the lean meat. Unbelievably so. So here is my meat draining. Step away, cat. Step away. Don't be a pain in the ass. So, yes, it takes a lot of the fat out. So look at that. Look at that. That's a whole lot of animal fat. So I'm going to let that drain and fight off the cat. And when the fat cools, I'm going to put it in a Ziploc. So, because it'll actually burn a hole in the plastic Ziploc. And then I'm going to throw it out so it saves my pipes. Stay away. And then I'm going to return this meat back to the skillet, heat it up with, well, I'm not going to let the meat cool. I'm actually, when it's mostly drained, I'm going to put it back in the skillet to cook it with the onions and the garlic. And then turn that off. And then when it's cool, then I'll Ziploc that to freeze it for the meals. I'll separate it. About 1.5 pounds. So I bought a little more than 3 pounds. So 1.5 pounds would be a dinner for each of us. So that'll be 2 dinners. And then at least later on, I could choose to see if I want to make a goulash, if I want to make tacos, or if I want to make meat sauce, or whatever requires ground beef. Yeah. So that's my plan. And you'll see, I guess, during the week what I do with it. And there I returned the meat to the skillet. I got my onions and garlic in there. So I'm going to start cooking that up. And when they're translucent, that's it. Turn off the heat. Bag it up. So it's a quick, nice little meal prep when you have the time. But it does save a lot of time on those busy, busy days. So I bought the meat today, came home. I have the time now, cook it up. And then it makes it easier for the nights that I work. So I have my onions here. I'm saving one to keep fresh, but I chopped up the rest. I'm going to dice them up, put them in the Ziploc, put them in the freezer so they're already prepped to have. So quick little tips that you can do to save some time. So, and especially, I think sometimes supermarkets do have like a clearance vegetable and fruit section as well. And if there are onions in there, sometimes even if they're growing the sprouts, or you, of course, if you have a bag of onions that start growing, it's a great way of saving them and preserving them and getting use out of them. Chop them up and freeze them. And what's really cool is, you add them to sautés, and I always cut them small. So, I mean, if you have a size that you use a lot, if you like the long strips or if you like them diced, but of course, from whatever size you cut them down to with the little gadgets like I had before, you could always make them smaller. So, but you could freeze them flat, save space in the freezer, and it helps save some time for the other nights that you need that time. So that was a great tip too. And here's the meat, cooled down, separated into 2 Ziplocs. Gonna go into the freezer for meals. Hey guys, good morning. So I did not prep that chicken thighs because I was actually going to just do it this morning. So I was like, you know what? Just stick the package in there. Why do all that and ruin some ziplocks and stuff? And when I'm going to make it the next day. So I pulled all the skin off the chicken thighs and I left it with the bones and I put it right in the crock pot. I'm going to do barbecue chicken thighs today, slow cooking. So I'm headed off to work. Everyone's running out of the house for school. I'm actually going to sprinkle this spice on it, this Georgia Boys barbecue spice that I got at the Savory Spice Shop, and I just give it a little extra flavor. It's very smoky and it has that barbecue. We like these on ribs too. But I'm going to put it on chicken. And then, yeah, let me go get the barbecue sauce. I forgot to take that out. But then you just put some barbecue sauce on it, cover it, and low for 7 to 8 hours. So by the time I get home from work, it'll be done. I'm also going to put a little pink Himalayan sea salt in it. Just a little bit. There you go. And then some barbecue sauce. I have, what's this one? Trader Joe's, my favorite. So I'm going to actually have to put that on the list to get more. Just put some in there. Actually, we do the whole bottle. Throw the rest of the bottle in. It's about 3/4 full, so we want this swimming in sauce. And the boys really love it. And then when it's done, the bones just pull right out. So when I get home from work today, this should be done. I might put a little water in it to get the rest of it out. This should be done, and then I'm going to make Trader Joe's cornbread and vegetable on the side. And then I have leftover potato salad from the other night. So find the cover. And yeah, so I'm going to put some water in the barbecue sauce jar there because it's still quite a bit in there. Get that all out, get my money's worth, and then I'll set it and forget it. There's the lid. Oops. There you go. 8 hours. I'm actually going to do 7. Stop at 7. Okay, and then that's it. Dinner is cooking at 7 a.m. How awesome is that? Yep, so get home, cornbread, vegetable, leftover potato salad, and then dinner's done. So here we go. I've arrived home. It's 5:38. Chicken is done. Look at it, just breaks apart. I can pull the bones out. The breasts, when you do chicken breasts, they dry out more, I noticed, and you kind of can't cook them for 7 hours, but the thighs you can. So just cover that up again. I might actually warm it up. It's still warm, I can feel it's warm, but just put it on the low oven. All right, so then I have Trader Joe's cornbread mix. I just follow the instructions. 1/2 cup oil, 1 egg, 3/4 cup milk. So I got that in there. But what I like to do is put some sour cream in. Sour cream actually makes it moist because cornbread tends to be crumbly. So about third cup. And then I just mix it. And oven is preset 350. Got my buttered Pampered Chef Stone. So I'm just going to mix this and throw that in the oven. And there's dinner. I didn't make a vegetable. There's actually some corn in there because we're in a rush. But there's the chicken and the cornbread. And for me, for gluten-free, I have leftover potato salad from the other night. Bye. Hey guys, dinner tonight. So that ground beef that I had pre-cooked, I added some mozzarella sauce to it. And then I'm going to boil some water and we're going to make pasta. So my husband requested Desico rigatoni. And for me, I'm finally going to try this Trader Joe's red lentil. I think it's gluten-free. Yeah, gluten-free. I heard it was good, so let's give it a try. Some of the other pastas I've had were really good, but I want to give this one a try and see how it goes. So that's dinner tonight. And there you got it. I topped it with some meat sauce. I only had 1 jar of sauce and it didn't come out very saucy. And then I made peas with it. So that's what's for dinner tonight. And here's my plate. So that is the red lentil gluten-free pasta from Trader Joe's. Same meat sauce and peas, but it's okay. It definitely has a different texture to it, but it's not bad tasting. The texture's a little different. All right, dinner tonight.